I'm all Sugar Hill, baby. Let's go, I'm ready for you.
My name is John Donnelly, host of The Big Dill. Pickleball has changed my life. It has created an incredible world of new, healthy purpose, but most importantly, new friends. Pickling is a priority in my life. The Big Dill is our attempt at sharing these experiences from around the United States with all of our friends. Please join us in our journey to the coveted Golden Paddle.
Okay.
We'll get into some of the details.
We've been playing for about 8 months now. We met on a dating app, actually. And I had just been introduced to pickleball like 2 days before.
So I talked with my friend in Florida.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, do you know about pickleball? I'm like, no, what it is, it sounds like food. Sound good to me.
You want to go first? You're going first.
No, you go first.
Oh, man, you're so bossy
The lady
all
first.
the time. Oh, thank you. Okay.
So, and then I go and I start just watching, and I'm standing there, and it just took maybe like 3 minutes of just standing there for someone was like, hey, you want to play?
Pickleball community is just fun people.
We are Team Connolly. The last time she signed me up for a surfing contest.
I did it
in
without his
California,
permission.
And didn't tell me.
Well,
and I ended up taking the bronze.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So we came with Sweet Pickle today.
Sweet pickle.
We have a fan club of like 75-year-old women. There are Sweet Pickles.
Listen, I'm just gonna tell you, I am not quiet on the court. I'm telling people, look, say your prayers, because I'm coming, okay?
No, we just came up with it today, and we're gonna call them that from now on. So
Figure that's
had
the
to come
best
up
way
with
to
something.
go.
We got the order in
Yeah,
for t-shirts.
yeah.
For
A couple of them are here, so it's good
love
to see
it.
them. There's
I
Seema
love it.
right there.
I'm retired, I'm there to have fun, and you ask how many days we play? I try to play every single day.
Oh, do I have to hold this? Oh, snap. Like, we travel for tournaments.
Yeah.
We played in Arizona, Utah, California, Nevada right now, mostly West Coast stuff. I literally drove in from Palm Springs today.
Yeah.
Like, on that traffic to get here, and I was playing pickleball in Palm Springs, because you can, like, play it anywhere.
Then it got a little,
Give it the whole spiel.
okay, sounds good. And that we do. No.
Well, it comes, you know, in Italian it says non rompere le palle. It means don't break my balls. Don't be a pain in the...
Welcome to The Big Dill. We've spent the last 2 months in the Vegas pickleball community, and it's been such a rewarding experience for both of us. The community, the people, the play has been outstanding. The culmination of that is over the next couple days, we're gonna figure out who the best team is to win the Golden Paddle. Right? And what I'd like to do is have Mike share with you what's going to happen over the next couple days and set some expectations.
Thank you, John. So what we've done here is we've gathered together everyone through a casting call process, and we've decided that 20 teams will participate in a tournament that's qualifying to get to 4 teams. And with that said, I've got the pairings here for the 4 flights that will arrive at our 4 finalist teams to make it to the Big Dill House here at Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, open your envelopes. Let's go. Hey, your glasses. Team Cha-Cha, you've seen the pairings. Tell us how you feel about your chances for tomorrow in the big match.
I feel good. I feel great, excited. Look forward to it.
So for tonight, we go straight to bed. Are you gonna go out tonight in the town? Are you gonna go out and is there a curfew?
I think I have to rest, so tomorrow I have a competition.
So tell me, you've seen the brackets for tomorrow.
Wow, I feel like it was rigged. It's not fair to the other guys, like, at this point, right? But, I mean, you guys did us a favor, and, like, we appreciate it. Like, yeah. So coming in, like, we feel really confident, and, like, we'll take care of business.
Confidence, you see that? I mean, how do you feel? Tell me about it.
I feel great. Like, we'll see what happens. Ty's going to do all the work, so I'm just going to stand there.
It's going to be competitive.
Jen, it's pickleball. It's pickleball, not kickball. I mean, comments?
Yeah, no, competition is great. We rise to the occasion. We're the tallest.
Not like the sun rising? What do you mean?
No, we're tall. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. You guys are tall. You are the tallest people, yes.
Yes, so we will be at the line, ready to roll, ready for the competition. Yep.
Ready to roll. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Some of the feedback from the teams has been, you guys are one of the favorites. And folks are nervous about playing you and, hoping that they don't see you till the end. How do you feel about that being one of the favorites?
Well, see, that puts pressure.
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure. I didn't feel that way. Actually, I think there's teams with two guys, and we'd be a mixed doubles.
And we know them well, yes.
Yeah, and
So
usually what happens in mixed doubles, they usually hit it to the girl a lot.
Yeah, target.
Yeah.
So that's advantage them, but
So when there's two guys, you don't know who to hit it to. That's so.
Yeah. So tomorrow's the big day. Qualifying tournament begins down at sunset. However, we did get a bit of news today about the weather. We're expecting wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour during tournament time.
Yeah, which Vegas is known for their windstorms, but also their sandstorms. So fingers crossed that we don't get a sandstorm tomorrow and everything will be perfect.
Hey there, Picklers. I'm with Jim Rhodes, who's one of the all-time greats here in Las Vegas pickleball lore. If you want to give us a little background on yourself and tell us about pickleball in Las Vegas over the last decade.
Okay, well, I've been playing pickleball now for at least 9 years, and pickleball has been a total replacement for tennis. I love the game, and I'll never play another sport other than pickleball.
Awesome. And when you initially would go out and look for games to play, how would you find a good court with great picklers?
What I would do initially was get on the computer, find out where a park was that had pickleball. Then I would drive to that neighborhood, roll the windows down in my car, and listen for the sound of the ball bouncing off the paddles. Like I said, I love the game.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, Jim Rhodes. A lot of players here credit you with bringing them on to the court, so we are very appreciative of that. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Hi, this is John Donnelly, host of The Big Deal. Today, I'd like to welcome my partner, Gabe Lopez. Gabe is a stand-up comedian and also the founder of the world-famous Dirty at 12:30. Welcome aboard, Gabe.
Thanks, John. I am so excited to be here, but I have no idea what's going on. I've just learned about this term pickleball. Apparently it's a sport. We're gonna find out together, but I'm really excited.
Let's get pickling.
Let's do it.
Welcome everybody to the Big Deal Las Vegas. I'm Don, I'm gonna be the head referee today. Now actually behind me, we've got referees Vonette, Kimberly, and then over here we have Selena and Jeannie. And directly behind me pretty much is Steve and Joan, who are gonna be our court monitors.
So Gabe, today we're going to embark on our qualifying tournament. We'll start with 20 teams and narrow it down to 4. All of the participants in the tournament will be between a 3 and a 4-0 in pickleball terms.
So 3 to a 4, when do the beautiful people show up?
Well, actually, it's not about beauty, it's about skill.
Oh, my apologies.
So Gabe, how's that jacket feel? Do you think I need to bring a tailor in to...
I don't understand why you picked 2 different colors.
2 different colors? What are you talking about?
Dude, are you colorblind? These are 2 different colors. You have a classy green, I got highlighter green.
I'm not seeing it, Gabe. I'm not seeing it.
This is bullshit.
All right. So the action started. We have 2 of the, I would call them the favorites of the tournament, matched up in the first round, which is the folks over at Team Conley and Nazy Nation.
And as you can tell, these are premier athletes.
Good big by John, and a line out there. Now here comes the serve. Good return. Now what we're looking for
just throwing relish there, John. Just throwing relish.
So Nazy Nation, oh, that was a close call.
Wow, that almost hit him. Is there a term for this big wiffle ball? Is it called something else?
It's just a pickleball.
Oh, it's called a pickleball. It's actually called a pickleball.
It is. It is.
Well, for those of you at home that don't know what that, it looks like a softball-sized wiffle ball.
Gabe, we're on to match 6.
I'm so excited, buddy.
The tournament's moving quickly. The ass-kicking Pickles are having a ton of success and are up against the Stingers, who are playing in their first match.
Is it true that's ass-kicking Pickles? I thought we were at the ass kickers.
Well, it could be. The Stingers, however, their reputation is that they're hard hitters and that they charge the net on occasion.
Got it. So we should expect some pickle spears.
We should
going on through this.
We should. They're very good technically on their kitchen work. Well, that's an unforced error. Here comes the serve. And good return as they force it back to back. Oh, another unforced error. You can tell that the wind is playing havoc to the game today.
Well, winds are still maintaining at 50 miles an hour today.
Oh, good hit there. You could tell that the teams are trying to keep the ball low because of the wind, which is actually everything you want to do about pickleball is trying to keep the ball low, as close to the net as possible.
They appear to be playing pretty conservatively right now.
They are. Here comes a big hit. Oh, and an unforced error. Frustrating. Looks like the ass-kicking Pickles are about to get stung. Good volley. Good volley. That close contact volley can sometimes be a little dangerous if you're on the receiving end of a body shot.
Yeah.
Or as we call it in pickleball, a tattoo.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called? Oh, that does make sense. That does make sense.
This is John Donnelly down at the courts. I'm witnessing a protest over the use of the courts by the pickleball players. So Steve, have you ever tried pickleball before?
You know, I tried this a couple times, but it's just too slow. It's like for old people here, little kids. This game is for sissies.
So Lucius, we're down at the court here, and you know, why can't we just get along with the pickleball players and create a camaraderie and you know, just share the courts?
It's called Wimbledon, okay, not wiffle ball. Us serious athletes are out here every morning working really hard, and we don't have as many courts. All you hear is dink, 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 dink back and forth from the neighbors here, and it just causes a lot of disruption. I feel like people don't take our sport as seriously anymore, and it's just a disturbance.
I've been playing tennis, good old tennis, for 60 years. I still have my original racket and love it. Our court's 4 times bigger than this dinky little thing right here. They have a thing they call a kitchen. A kitchen belongs in a house, not on a sports court. The net's short, they play with a ping pong paddle, they have wiffle balls, for God's sake.
So Faith, there's quite a few people down here today protesting pickleball. Why are you here today?
I don't really know, other than the fact that my mom made me come, but I'm not really into all this stuff.
This is John Donnelly signing off down at the pickleball courts.
Tennis courts! Look at that!
So Tom has the standard drop serve, and he can pretty much score from anywhere in the court. As Team Stinger just nails that high ball down. Here comes the serve. Great serve in the wind.
Wind's still a factor in this.
It is. It's really playing havoc with the teams that weren't prepared for it and are trying to play their standard game. As you can see, some of the players are looking up at the flags to determine where the wind is coming from. And we have a long serve. So another unforced error. Unforced errors is going to be the term of the day, I
That seems to be the make or break of these matches.
Definitely.
And just definitely looking up at the flags definitely becomes a strategy. I didn't realize that until you said that right now.
So Team Stinger is adjusting their game here. Tom and Suzanne, Team Ball Breaker, are getting ready. Here comes Suzanne's serve. Good return, push. Oh, unforced error. And Tom's knees are getting a little wobbly there.
I did see them wobble.
Good return. Good second shot. Here comes Tom. Ginger's return. Tom comes across, and we call that motion that Tom did poaching.
Got it.
So he took the ball from Suzanne. That's a poaching move.
Got it. Not illegal, is it?
It's not illegal, but it could result in some relationship issues down the road.
Yeah. The divorce is imminent. You can tell by their style of play.
So Gabe, we have the Ass-Kicking Pickles and American Pride.
Got it.
Both are very competitive teams, and as you can see, the competition's getting better and better as we go through the tournament.
And American Pride is looking quite patriotic.
They are. They actually travel the world, Lorianne Tai, playing pickleball and representing the United States, and been quite successful in winning a lot of tournaments overseas in South America and Europe.
That's wonderful. I forgot, is it Ty over on American Pride?
That's right.
That is a specimen of a man there.
He's an excellent athlete, and he's done multiple other sports.
I'm reading in my notes here that the team American Pride, they met together because of a Tinder date.
That's right.
And what could go wrong there?
They've been pickling ever since. So here we go to match point. Our referee is signaled, and good return. Unforced error. Good match as the folks over at Ass-Kicking Pickles moves on. Gabe, we've had an action-packed day with all kinds of great teams, players, great points. We're coming to an end here. We've got two really high-quality teams in Sweet Pickle and our friends over at Not Tonight.
Sweet Pickle. How does one come up with the name Sweet Pickle?
The guys at Sweet Pickle have a fan club, and it's represented by a bunch of women over the age of 75 that follow them and go to their tournaments and cheer them on.
I don't know if I love that or hate that.
Anytime you're an amateur and you have a fan club, it must be pretty cool.
Yeah, because I thought Sweet Pickle, I thought something else, but they are playing Not Tonight.
That's right.
So let's see how this one ends.
And the folks over at Not Tonight, Larry is a former Navy SEAL, and as you can see, he is an exceptional athlete and an excellent pickleball player. Oh, and then we have a net drop, a little net love there again, and across, a little dinking, and then Larry with the tattoo. Beautiful play. As you can see, the flag in the background is blowing pretty hard.
Yeah.
So Darla and Yuli on top team. Yuli's a big smasher. He's a big banger. He can really hit the ball.
Smash.
And here's Eric with a good serve, good dig. Yuli's got a great backhand close to the net, close to the kitchen. So
I appreciate the non-matching uniforms on these teams. This is really good. Not a single of the 4 people have anything matching. This you can tell these guys are pros.
yeah, it does look like they did a late night Kmart run to pick up those t-shirts, but at least they're styling a little bit.
You wear your neon.
There's a surprise, an unforced error by Yuli.
Well, he has his neon yellow shirt from his old kickball career.
Tough serve there. The wind is definitely, this court is one of the more difficult courts with the wind. And Eric with a paddle push and out of bounds. So point to top team. Darla with the serve, textbook serve. Yuli with a good return. Good block by Eric, another nice block, and a point by Yuli. Yuli does a great job of really focusing on the feet, which is important in pickleball.
Is that a common strategy to like aim for the feet to give him nowhere to hit?
Exactly. Out of bounds.
The name of the team is Two Big Dills.
Yuli looks pretty intense. This is important, and he's been practicing pretty hard. I see him down at the court every night. Darla with a good return. Oh, unforced error. Once again, that's a shot she makes 9 times out of 10, and probably makes it in under 5 mile an hour wind, not 50. So Gabe, we had an extremely competitive qualifying round. We had a couple surprises, but when we look at the final 4, it really looks like those are the top 4 teams that played in the tournament.
They are actually, they were my favorite teams to watch. They were the most fun to watch. I really do think it came down to the 4 most fun teams to watch.
Daisy Nation actually wasn't our creation. We have a friend who lost a daughter at a very young age in the prime of her life. And to kind of remind us that each day is a gift and to honor her memory, he's given us all these bands to put on our paddles. And it's a really great example of the pickleball community. You know, we get together, we're very competitive with each other, but we screw around a lot. But at the end of the day, at the core, it's about relationships. So we're all part of Nazy Nation.
From the grill. Chicken came out awesome. Chicken came out great. Look at that.
So I was an athlete growing up, like softball, volleyball, track, and I played well into my 40s, and eventually, you know, had a daughter, started raising her, and then it was all about her. And it's not like I'm going to go to the Olympics anytime soon. You know, I'm not going to dive for a ball in left field. I just watched myself get worse at a sport. So blah, blah, blah. Later on, my daughter goes off to college, and I don't know if couples really realize this, but empty nesting is hard for everyone, and I get that. But I was kind of empty nesting on my own, and oh God, That's weird. I was talking to my daughter just last night about it. It's like she kept saying, "Mom, you need a hobby. You need a hobby." And when I found pickleball, it just opened up a community of friends, and it gave me a reason to wake up, and it made me a morning person because I was a casino industry my whole life, and you're kind of a night person. So it's just been such a positive influence in my life.
I played every day, every morning, and my husband seems to give that the reason as to why now we live in separate states. He lives in Wisconsin, and I live in Las Vegas. He said I played pickleball too much and didn't even want to deal with it anymore. So here we are. We
He's
live
probably
separately.
jealous of me. Who knows?
He probably is, because we hit it off.
Hi, folks. Welcome back to the court. Today we have two of the local legends in pickleball, Steve Cole and Aaron Franklin. Steve is the local pro. He is the 4-time national champion and 5-time U.S. champion in pickleball. So one of the more important things in pickleball is the actual idea of drilling. So today we're going to take a few minutes with some of the local players to go through dinking. What exactly is dinking and how important is it in the game?
Yes, it's very important. Dinking is how we construct a point for keeping the ball low, so it's not as attackable from our opponents. And one of the key features of it is bending those knees, getting underneath the ball, and not bending with your back, and build the muscle memory to put these shots back into the kitchen.
So pickleball really changed my life in an amazing way. Back in 2017, on 1 October, there was a concert going on with Jason Aldean. It was called the Route 91 Harvest Festival. And so that night, I was actually a security supervisor. I was running all the security for that show. And you know, we have the normal things, people trying to jump over a fence or sneak in alcohol or whatever stupid things, you know. You never expect that there was going to be a shooter on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay right above where 22,000 people are watching Jason Aldean sing, and that he lays over 2,000 rounds in this crowd of 22,000 people. It's nighttime. You know, they turned out the lights to try and save people, so it's dark, and, you know, everyone's trying to escape. There was over 750 people who were injured that night. Over 450 people were shot, many of them multiple times. And unfortunately, 58 people perished that evening. And I spent, from the minute that first shot rang out, I spent time running in, getting people, rescuing them, and bringing them out to triage. And, you know, it's a tough thing to even explain to people to understand something that horrific. It was a terrible, terrible experience as far as seeing that loss of life. I met some amazing people, and, you know, in the end, one of my employees was shot and killed. He was a 19-year-old boy named Eric Silva, a wonderful man, and who had a bright future ahead of him. He was just about to be promoted within our organization, and 2 of my other employees were shot also. That gave me PTSD, and as the weeks went on, you know, you suddenly realize what's going on, and it kind of settles in. But it was a rough time. I didn't want to go anywhere. 2 years, I was a complete shut-in. I couldn't go to the movies, wouldn't go to grocery stores, stopped traveling, you know, the whole works. And I had put on a lot of weight. I wasn't healthy. I actually went in the hospital for 3 days, thought I was having a heart attack, and they said, "Oh no, it's just stress." I get out of the hospital, and a short time afterwards, my dog ran away from home. And this has been my service dog the whole time I'm going through my recovery. And I get a text message that says, "Hey, we have your dog. Come over and get your dog," right? So I go over to this house. They actually live across the street from me. And when I get there, I meet this very kind couple, Steve and his wife, Denise Cole, who happens to be the local pro here in Vegas. They're my neighbors. Mm-hmm. And when I pick up my dog, they go, "Hey, do you play pickleball?" And I was like, okay. In my head, I'm thinking, these people are crazy. run away, right? But I'm like, oh, no, I'll just take my dog now and go, right? And they're like, no, you should come out. Steve teaches for free on Saturdays at the plaza, and I'm like, So anyway, long story short, after ducking behind my car for like 2 months every time I'd see him come out of their house, and I'm like, hide, it's the pickle people, those weird people, they guilted me into it. I went to the plaza, took a lesson. I was hooked day one. That's it. I was done. And I've lost 55 pounds. I feel amazing. No more issues, with stress or anything related to that. I'm just so happy every day. And let me tell you what is one of my favorite things about pickleball. It's the camaraderie. It's the people you meet. It's a community that's like no other.
Welcome back to the court. A visit to Las Vegas for the Big Deal wouldn't be complete without the king, Elvis himself.
I'm all Sugar Hill, baby. Let's go, I'm ready for you. Elvis has been practicing, I'm ready, baby.
Two words that really come to mind for me after all my coaching with Steve is patience and placement. It's not all about power. When I started, I've come from tennis, it's all about power, but just learning to be more patient and just placing the ball where there's some open spaces can win you the points so easily and not do dumb shots.
She tells me what to do on the court instead of in the kitchen and at home. And she says, hit to the guy, don't do this, don't do that. And of course, in pickleball it's really great. If I hit a shot and it's a winner, she says nothing.
He's a guy.
If I hit the shot and it goes in the net, that was mine.
I want a new partner.
That was my ball. Why'd you take my ball? That's what happens every time, of course.
No, but when we're done with the game, it's over.
And she's coaching me all the time. Here, I introduced her, started before her, and she's telling me what to do constantly. But it's okay, that's why we get along. I go,
I'm
yes,
the smarter
yes,
one
boss.
in this relationship.
You're right,
Okay.
boss. Well, don't forget, she could kill me with her bare hands. That's what they learn in Taekwondo, and then that's how it happens.
That's, it was funny. Speaking of that, I did the national championships at Taekwondo, and that was it was tough. And I made it through the end. I got first place in forms, and I got first place in the sparring
She was in the final against this bulldog. And I'm looking at her and her little tiny nose thinking it's going to be smashed. She's got to fight against this.
She was big. She was taller than me.
I mean, you
She
could
was big.
smash her face and it wouldn't make a difference. She'd look the same.
And he's like, please don't fight her.
I was terrified.
He's like, please don't fight her. I'll still love you. I'll be proud of you if you quit now. I said, no, I'm fighting her. I won. But that night, I still had the adrenaline going, and he was sleeping next to me. In the middle of the night, I all of a sudden turned around and went, ha! Right on his neck. He's like, ah! I feel so bad.
In your dreams, you're beating me up.
Yeah, it's funny because people always talk about, how pickleball has saved them and, bad times and pickleball brought them up. And I was always thinking, oh, that's nice, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got hit hard. My father passed away the end of July, and that hit me really hard. And then I came to the audition here and did that. And then a week ago, my sister died. And that just devastated me. And I just, two people too close within 2 months is too soon, too much. And I said to him, how am I going to do this show? How am I supposed to pretend I'm happy? And when that first happened, he's like, come on, let's go play pickleball. You got to go. I can't focus. I'm like in tears. I can't do anything. He goes, you need to go. And I just went out there, and all of a sudden I get out to Durango actually, and everybody's like, hey, Suzanne, hugging me. And then we play, and I'm like, God, he's right. That really does pick you up. And then I was worried about the show apparently. And I'm like, how am I going to pretend I'm happy and this and that? But I walk in and everybody's so nice, and that is the magic of pickleball. There is a power to it. And this has actually saved me in so many times, because I have my highs and lows, and it just, but this show has lifted me up. I'm so thankful for everybody here and playing, and it's been amazing. But this has been a really horrible year for me and devastating.
Las Vegas Pickleball!
The game format today is 1 game to 15, win by 2. We're going to switch ends when the first team gets to 8 points.
So we have up match 1, Nazy Nation versus the Ball Breakers.
I'm really excited about this one.
So beautiful day. The wind has calmed down. We're playing at a private court, so the conditions should be pristine for some great pickleball today,
Correct.
Gabe.
And we have the Ball Breakers on the foreground and Nazy Nation far away from us right now.
Here we go. So James is serving.
And we're off.
Good serve, good return. Push back to the baseline. Nice. And out. So Tom is pulling at his back. We might have an issue going on there. But he's been very resilient throughout the tournament. He's played a bunch of matches in the last couple days. So, good play, James. So James let that one come out, and that was a good call. Good way. Patience is a virtue in this game. Nice serve, good return. Go for the drop. And once again, James playing with a great blocking method. And Joanne is definitely holding her own in this particular match. Comes James' serve. Here we go. Some good volleys so far. Suzanne. Oh, and an unforced error. So good point. Taking the serve back. Here comes Tom.
Do you think the unforced errors will be the key to this game?
Yes. And both teams have done a good job throughout the tournament of not falling prey to, pressuring shots or, trying to do things that's outside of their game. So we should have a very competitive match here. So the first couple points, back and forth, we have a pretty even match. And I think there's a little strategy discussion going on back there. Or maybe just critiquing. We don't know in the case of the Ball Breakers. James with a good return. Tom, nice play, Suzanne. Oh, and out.
But these two do seem to be very evenly matched.
They are. And there's Joanne with a good return. Oh, actually it was out. So pressing her paddle a little bit too far back. Tom's getting his thoughts together. Here comes the serve. James with the return. Nice. Oh, unforced error.
Unforced.
So once again, that's commonplace in pickleball. And as you can see, the teams are used to it. There's no frustration. There's no yelling.
I'd be cursing up a storm if that was me playing.
So, another one.
Unforced errors.
Oh, here we go. Starting to see a little bit of the anxiety coming out as we enter into the final round for the cherished, coveted golden paddle. Good return. Joanne. Oh, and a tattoo by Tom. That one had the sting.
Just aim for the feet. That seems to be the strategy. Aim for the feet.
Yeah, pickleball is a little bit of a foot fetish sport, I would say.
So, pickleball and has something in common with me.
There we go, scoring at the feet. So Gabe, we've got a very competitive match here, and I haven't seen James yet take advantage of his kitchen play. Here's a dink and an unforced error. So tough shot by Joanne, but those things happen when you get close to the net. That's the reason why you do dink.
Got it.
So before all matches, what you'll see is the referee will actually make sure everything's dimensionally correct and the net's at the right height, etc.
Makes perfect sense.
So here we go with Suzanne on the serve. Nice drop serve. Good return. Tom right into the kitchen.
With a pickle chip shot.
That's right.
That's patent pending, by the way. It's my turn.
Okay, here we go. Suzanne continues to hold serve. Tom with a nice down the middle. If you're going to split the team, split the other team down the middle. It's a
beautiful strategy. That's beautiful strategy.
Okay, once again, Tom's really struggling. You might need to pump those Reeboks up a little bit. James with a good return and excellent point. All right, Suzanne still holds serve, so we're getting into points here. Oh, nice play by Tom and an unforced error. All right, we can tell that Joanne wants to get this game going. So does Suzanne.
Well, for those of you that can't tell, there are literally tens and tens of people here today.
So I think next time Tom's not going to leave his racket on the court, but actually might take it with him so he doesn't have to bend over and re-aggravate that back pain.
Well, I saw his Ferrari on the street, and he better not scratch up my Nissan Altima, is all I'm saying.
Ooh, that's a tough point to lose there. So we got a server 2, James. Good spin on that ball. Good return by Tom. Oh,
and
not enough mustard on that. So back over to the ball breakers and Suzanne with the serve. Oh, good job. Pushing Joanne back. Joanne comes to the front and just avoids the kitchen, but ends up faulting. So point to the ball breakers. James is checking time. I think he might have a date tonight. And nice. You see both teams coming to the net to try to get a good dinking session going. Oh, missed opportunity on the side of Joanne and the ball breakers. She had that point. Sometimes that anticipation of the ball, hitting the ball where you want it to go, don't always
the excitement.
Coincide.
Yep. Oh, I could tell she and the frustration interactions is once she hit the ball.
Okay, nice return, Tom. Oh. And Tom was Labrador in that ball and went out and tried to hit it. Good game. Or so as the ball bounces, we have the ball breakers advancing. Give Tom some time to get his back in shape. Well, he looks like he's in pretty good shape. So very competitive first match. We're on to match 2 between top team and the 60-something. So obviously we know a lot about top team. They're one of the favorites in the tournament. Both Darla and Yuli are excellent players. And a little bit about the 60-something. So the beauty about pickleball is there's no issue with age. So as we look upon all of the players in our tournament, we had from age 40 to age 76. So the 60-somethings are both in their 60s. And I've personally played them, Gabe, and got my ass pickled. So,
well, you know, what I've been learning in the amount of time I've been learning about pickleball is there's no advantage. Because I'm noticing that there's teenagers, people in their 20s that are playing this. And just because you're in your 20s doesn't give you an advantage. It's a very, very evenly matched game. And that's something I'm really starting to fall in love with this game. This pickleball thing, I think you got something there, buddy.
So in the qualifying round, the 60-somethings were dominant. So they put down and went undefeated all of their competitors. And as we move on, this is going to be a really good match. Darla and Yuli complement each other in many ways. Yuli's power game to Darla's, she's a great digger, ground stroker. She also is an excellent dinker at the net. So, and here you can see they're employing a strategy of coverage And there we go with Yuli's point right across. That was
Right
tough.
down the middle.
You could see that Diane over on 60-somethings was not happy about that. So she holds that center line. And there's a good return by Vicky. Nice thought, nice thought. Good return. There's Darla. So you can see that our friends at Top Team, they're center lining. They're trying to push those two apart and gain an advantage down the middle.
I see that.
Here comes Darla with the serve. Excellent return. Darla goes to the other side. Oh, Vicky with a nice hit. Nice block. And good back and forth, as you can see. Good volley on both sides. And you could see that Yuli came back with a strong tattoo. So, Gabe, there's a term we call getting pickled.
What does that mean, John?
That is when you basically shut out your opponent from any points. So if they continue on this march and our friends over at 60-somethings don't score a point, they're getting pickled.
Now, is that the ultimate show of dominance in this game, or is there something even higher than getting pickled?
There is a term called golden pickle.
A golden pickle.
And that's when the person with the initial serve never gives it up and scores all 11 points.
Wow.
So good effort there by Vicky on that return. Darla's up. Darla's been doing a great job of keeping the ball right in play. Good return. Yuli. Nice. Lob shot. Oh, tough. Good point from Top Team. Good play by Yuli. Very smart. Pulled our 60-somethings up to the kitchen and then dropped it over Diane's head. Vicky with a nice return. Nice placement. Here we go with another lob. Nice dig by Darla. Oh, center line smash.
Top
right
Team
down the
strategy
middle.
appears to be working very well today against the 60-somethings.
You can see the level of frustration growing. You can see the hand on the hip by Vicky. She looks like she wants to go kick some ass. Oh, fault by Yuli.
A rare faux pas by Top Team.
We'll need that to point that out to Yuli post-match.
Yeah. It's the only thing we can bring up to him so far.
Darla with a good serve. Good return. Vicky with a nice dink. Here we go. We've got a little dinking action. Good volley. Oh, and now they've got the serve. So she lines up at the baseline. Drop serve. Good return. Pushes Diane back to the baseline. Yuli takes his time. Another center line. And nice volley here. Nice dig. Good ground strokes by both teams. So that's a nice act of sportsmanship by Diane to go over and tell the guys at Top Team that was a great point, or excuse me, great volley. Nice dig. And this is part of Vicky's game. She's an excellent lobber. And even though a lot of lobbing, nice play by Yuli, turning his shoulder on that. Gorgeous. So Gabe, we've had a lot of great volleys in the last few points. So, and there's another point by Yuli. Beautiful placement.
So John, let me ask you this. What do you think is going on in the 60-somethings minds right now as far as a strategy?
Well, having been there and not scored any points, 9 points into the match, I think they're just trying to score a single point, so they don't get the dreaded pickled.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like they got pickled. So, a lot of love there. Obviously, the Las Vegas pickleball community is very tight, and everybody knows each other, and we play each other all the time. So, Nice moment, but tough match for the 60-somethings getting pickled.
To be pickled in the semifinals as well, that's got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, and I know the ladies took it personally, but they'll see him back on the court at some point. So as we move on to the championship batch, it was a tough showing by our 60-somethings.
That was hard.
The fact that they got pickled is it's really tough. They're one of my favorites coming into the tournament.
I'm sorry, buddy. Did you have money on this game? We are.
It
in
sure
Vegas.
feels like it right now.
I get it. I totally understand.
Yeah, so my name's Eric Barella, first of all. I started pickleball like 8 months ago. I really got into it to kind of like get some more exercise. You know how my situation is, my life story. So I was into yoga and meditation, and I wanted more physical exertion. I have evolved through the casino business. I have a restaurant now. 5 years ago, I got shot in October 1st. So I got into like meditation and yoga after that. And pickleball helped me get into the more physical, because it was through the Achilles. Right. And it got into the more physical exercise. All right, so in Las Vegas, Nevada, in 2017, 5 years ago, I got shot. I was at a country music festival, and I was enjoying my night over across from Mandalay Bay. There was a beautiful festival going on for 3 days. It was my birthday, the day before. So I was celebrating, and I was having a good time. Right when Jason Aldean went on, this country singer, basically at the end of the night, he was the main act. And everybody's been waiting for him for 3 days. Maybe a couple of songs in, we just started hearing some like crackling in the audience. And you basically heard fireworks. Well, you thought there were fireworks, right? So basically, I was standing there, and then the shooter starts shooting. And we kind of look around, where is he coming from? Where is he coming from? You don't know where it's coming. And he happened to be up in a building. And then the shots went right by our head. One of the original shots. And a bullet sounds a certain way when it goes by your head. And that's when we decided to run. And I was probably 20 steps into it. And then it felt like a sledgehammer hit the back of my Achilles. It shot right through my Achilles. And I stayed laying down for a while. And as I'm laying there, there's just bodies falling. And I was laying there and my phone was ringing. And then I pick it up, and it's my daughter in Reno. And I'm like, oh, I'm not answering, because there's screaming and crying and bloody screams. I was like, I don't want her to hear that. You know what I mean? So I kind of like ignored it. And calls would come in every second from all three daughters. And I waited till it was quiet. And then I think it was in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. I said, listen to my voice. I am alive. I am fine. And they're crying hysterically. And I said, I am fine. Promise me. I was like, listen to your dad's voice. I'm alive. And that was tough. Those 3 calls were the toughest calls out of the whole thing. Like, my mom and dad were hard, my brother, my sisters, but the 3 daughters, man, they couldn't talk. They were just crying, man. It was horrible. You know what? I would love to be a part of the believe it or not, pickleball is the future. Being an athlete, an ex-athlete, playing every sport since I was 4 years old. I played every sport. I did wrestling, boxing, baseball, basketball, football, every sport. Pickleball is the healthiest. It won't hurt your knees. It won't hurt your back. You can play it till you're 90 years old. And everybody's level. Everybody's consistent. And the people you meet are the best. So I would love to still be involved in pickleball any way I can. I would. Man, I'm the ambassador for pickleball. I really am. I seriously. If I can say one thing real quick, meeting you guys and meeting everything, see how we, pickleball brought us together?
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would never have met.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to play pickleball together, even when you're in town or out of town,
be
whatever.
friends,
You know what I mean? It's pickleball.
Totally.
Pickleball's it.
Yep.
Pickleball is a vibe.
So after 3 days of intense competition, we're down to the final match.
So exciting. I'm so excited about this final match.
Well, we've got the top team versus the ball breakers, two very different styles, but very good athletes that have really, in my eyes, mastered very different parts of the game.
Do you feel any team has a better advantage over the other team, Tom?
This all comes down to, Tom's injury. So, Tom's a top player when he's fully healthy, but based on what we've seen on the court before the game, he's been struggling a little bit with his back injury.
He has been hobbling around, and we watched it firsthand. He's been hobbling around, so hopefully this is going to come down all to heart. Who has the biggest heart, and that's what's going to come out on top here, in my opinion.
And Yuli and Darla look like they're at the top of their game, so we'll see in the next 20 minutes how things turn out.
And we're all going to find out together. I can't wait.
So the tension is palatable here at the court. We've got two very competitive teams that are all in for the golden paddle. So we should see a very competitive match. And once again, Tom's injury is going to play a big role here. He looks like he's moving a little bit better. He might have taken a couple of ibuprofens before the match. And, that tells you about the commitment of pickleball players.
Yeah, if you're willing to make an ibuprofen commitment, that is commitment to the sport.
So we're just going through some of the rules as we get to the finals. Don, the referee, is pointing out some quick adjustments to the court.
Well, let me run this by you, John. Does the size of the racket matter in this particular match?
So, Gabe, those are fighting words. So in pickleball, it's a paddle, not a racket.
Apologies, John. Apologies. You're teaching me so much, but I apologize if I still mess the occasional term up, buddy.
That's okay. But we're not stringers. We're strictly paddles.
Does that mean I'm not invited to the buffet after this?
So good serve by Tom. Darla comes in. Oh, with a little net love. Again, good center line hit. And by Suzanne. So that's a great start for our friends over at Top Team. Tom's resetting. And here comes the serve by Yuli. Yuli's got a really strong serve. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was an incredible shot. So a little dipper over the net. And as Tom is paying his homage to the net gods, we're back at it here with Yuli on the serve. Another beautiful serve. Good. Unforced error there on the side of our.
Definitely feel these little unforced errors.
The tension's really high, and the anxiety level. So the unforced errors, we might see a little bit more of that here in the championship game. Okay,
but they're starting off strong. They both have a lot of energy.
All right, so we have Suzanne serving. Darla serving. Good job. Tom plays it back. He looks like he's moving okay, a little bit tentative. Oh, and Yuli goes in for the kamikaze tattoo. And that's not going to happen. Tom got nutmegged on that last one. Looks like he's all right. Yep, there he is. He's a little shaky, but
he's looking good.
Yep, good serve. Great ball placement by Yuli. Oh, a little drop shot. Oh, Darla with a good block. Nice. Good point. Tom with the serve. Oh boy, you don't see that happen too often.
That is uncommon there.
Here comes Suzanne with the serve. Drop serve. Yuli with the return. Nice third shot. Nice third drop shot by Tom, and a little bit of a loving for the net. We've seen a bunch of net balls, which in pickleball, that's a sign of a good player. If you can get a little net love during a game, you know your spaces. Oh, beautiful shot. Yuli with great placement. Perfect. That's a big part of his game. Very calm, good footwork, walks the court well. Excellent player. So far, evenly matched. Good serve. Tom with the backhand. Another good backhand block. Darla, beautiful. And Tom with the unforced error. I think he was overthinking that shot. But Darla, just great play there.
Big mistake on that one.
Yeah, that might cost him in the long run. Okay, we got Yuli serving Wow, right down the center line. Good return. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, that was probably the point of the tournament right there. Just nailing it down that sideline. And, Tom is one of the best players out there. Just couldn't get to it. You can see he's a little stiff.
Yeah, the injury is really activating there.
We got a ball call. We got a line call here. Ref says it was in. Here we go. Oh, another good hit by Yuli. It looks like Tom's flexibility is really restricted at this point. Good back and forth here. Oh, and a tattoo ball. So, once again, Tom paying homage to the net gods.
You're definitely feeling the frustration.
Darla's pretty excited. I think she can smell blood in the water, and she's had a couple good points here, a couple great ground strokes, and you saw an interesting strategy as they moved back to the baseline to try to play a little bit more. Frustration's coming out.
Frustration coming out there.
Yep. Tom might be talking a little bit of trash right now. Darla with a good serve. Good return by Suzanne. Oh, a forced error by Yuli.
Yeah. I feel the ibuprofen's wearing off.
There we go. Tom with a nice serve right down the center. Oh. Suzanne doesn't miss many shots like that. She's very good at the two-hand backhand return. We've seen that in her game all tournament.
Do you think fatigue's a factor at this point, John?
Definitely. I think there's another great shot by Yuli. Nothing she could do with that. Serve back to top team. And at this point, I think top team can smell the blood in the water. And they might be doing, that was definitely out. They might be trying to pick on Tom at this point, knowing that he has a significant injury.
He's definitely become the target.
I saw him just grab his shoulder. I hope that's okay. Here we go with Darla's serve. Nice return by Suzanne. Oh, and Yuli with the lob. Oh, beautiful. Caught Tom going the wrong way. Nice play by Yuli.
Just made him freeze.
He's got incredible patience with the ball in the air, and he's got great reflexes. So that bodes well for pickleball players. Here comes Darla with the serve. Tom with another excellent return. More net love. Oh.
With a pickle chip shot.
Oh, and now, Suzanne's getting a little upset. Don, we're going to take a timeout here.
So I've been reading in my notes here that Suzanne's pretty competitive there. What do you know about that, John?
Intensely competitive. So I've watched both Tom and Suzanne play on multiple occasions, and she comes from a tennis background, and obviously you can tell she's a superior athlete. So here's Tom doing a couple of his stretching exercises. Sure looks like now he's taunting Darla. Oh, yeah, here we go. There's Tom trying to get under their skin.
Just wonder if this has been enacted this entire time. There's never been any ibuprofen.
Or maybe it was something a little bit stronger than ibuprofen.
That's what I would go for, buddy.
Okay, we're getting down to the final points of the match. It's a little lopsided right now with top team really dominating the play. Been a couple great points. Okay, here we go. And an unforced error. We don't see Suzanne do that too often. So definitely, you can tell that
Suzanne's definitely frustrated.
Frustrated for sure. Oh boy. So that ball was out. Yep, it was out. So we got we go back to Tom's serve. The ball breakers are really struggling on creating any kind of volley. Good serve by Tom down the line. And nice by Yuli. Here's where Yuli excels right there with the drop shot.
Just
beautiful.
a pickle chip shot.
I'm not going to say anything, but I might have seen a foot in that kitchen by Yuli, but we can go back and replay in a few minutes.
That's not our place to say, buddy. That's what the ref is there for.
That's right. That's right. Nice Darla shot. Nice Yuli shot. Suzanne, nice. Oh, nothing Tom could do with that. Nice play right there. Textbook ball placement. You can see a little bit of dejectedness on the side of the ball breakers.
Absolutely.
And Tom, good dig, good ground
that was
stroke.
great.
Tom takes advantage of that lob and pumps it back into the side of top team for the point, for the score. Okay, Yuli's got a big smile on his face. You know when Yuli's smiling, he smells that victory coming.
Hey, John, do you think that is there anything the ball breakers can do to dig themselves out of this hole?
Well, I think there's maybe one or two things, maybe pulling the fire alarm or actually having, some surgery on the side for Tom. Yeah. So, but at this point, it looks like the chicken dance is the only thing that the ball breakers have going for them.
Yeah, I see it.
Well, at least Tom's in good spirits. He's a hyper competitive guy. And he takes his game seriously, and both Suzanne and Tom drill constantly, as do Darla and Yuli. Tom doesn't miss those shots, so that's a bit of a surprise there on that unforced error. They're keeping it together, though.
This is still a fun match, though.
It is. It's very competitive. Good volleys. Darla pushes back to the back line, and wow, Yuli with the unforced error.
Rare mistake.
Yep, rare mistake. And you can see Tom showing and demonstrating his enthusiasm over that point.
Really believing in the team.
So we've got Tom serving to Darla, and in this case, we got a little confusion on player placement. We're going to walk through that. Don might interject here in a second. I mean, pickleball is about the rules. You follow the rules, you'll have a lot of fun. There's not many rules. So pretty simple game to learn.
And what is the process here when they switch servers? Is it just one person and then the opposite? There's nobody that serves multiple times in one sitting?
So if you consistently score points, you'll hold the serve.
Got it.
When you lose you'll lose a serve, and you do play. You both have the opportunity to serve the ball, with the exception being the initial. Oh, and there's a blast by Yuli right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Nothing you can do about that. So when you see Tom and Suzanne, who are both really good athletes, with excellent footwork, not be able to make the move to the center line to get that ball, you could tell it's just been blasted. Oh, tough shot. Tough shot. Was that in? That was in. Nice play, Yuli. So we haven't had any tough calls today. That looked like it was right on the line, but once again, our ref, Don, was all over it. Here comes Darla's serve. Oh, beautiful return by Tom. Pushing Darla back to the baseline, and Darla goes long.
Out.
That is out of here. All right. So it looks like our friends over at Ball Breakers are taking a second to think through what they want to do. But at this point, I really don't see, based on the game that they're playing, how they're going to be able to come back on another beautiful drop shot by Yuli as he waves to the crowd. He's a performer at heart.
Truly is.
He's a 3 to 4 hour pickleball player a day, every day.
Really gets his exercise in, huh?
He does. All right. Now you can see the game faces go on for a top team as they are thinking about that golden paddle on their shelf. And here we go. Looking for a ball. Blood in the water. Yuli sizes up Tom. Oh, and he hits a long one. Too much excitement on that ball. Here comes Darla. Good serve. Good return by Suzanne. Really smart return, pushing Yuli over and
wow,
taking the serve back.
Did not expect that.
No, great return by Suzanne, pushing Yuli over. He wasn't expecting it, and then complicating his return on the second ball. Okay, a little confusion on which side we're on here. Getting that sorted out. Tom looks like he's moving a little bit more better than he was before. Not as gingerly. Oh, nice shot by Tom. Good blast. Not sure if he's talking trash right now, but Darla seems to be shaking her head.
Well, had optimism on that side.
Tom's definitely taunting Yuli. And Yuli, oh, there we go. Nice play. Nice play by both Yuli and Suzanne. Good hustle by Suzanne to go over and get that ground ball. And we can see that there's a little bit of excitement over on top team is they're thinking about where they're going to put that golden paddle. Oh, and Tom is not. Oh, wow. Good point. Tom is not going to go down quietly here. So you can see he's hunching over. He's a little bit, he's hurting, you can tell. Another great serve. And what, we got a break in the action here?
What happened there?
I think we're out of position, which once again in pickleball rules, you only have a couple of them, 3 of them to really follow, and in this case, serve position is definitely one of them that you need to keep track of. Don's having a quick conversation with the ball breakers, just walking through the points, counting the points out. Typical of an excellent referee to share with the team and just discuss the points to make sure that we're all in the same position. The outcome of that discussion was that they were in the correct positions, and Don acknowledged. So we're moving on here. We've got Tom serving. Another great serve. Great part of his game. Yuli does a little poaching. Nice score. Toughest balls are those kitchen balls to both hit and block. So, and we can see Tom's getting a little frustrated over there. He's got his toes on the line. Darla with the serve. Suzanne, good job pushing Darla back. Nice play. Good dig by Darla. Oh, beautiful. And an unforced error. So back to Yuli. This is where Yuli really excels in serve game and ball placement. Good save by Darla. A lob by Yuli, and that ball is out. Got a little bit of a momentum shift here. Hopefully the guys over at top team weren't counting their chickens before they hatched. Another point for the ball breakers. Right down, Suzanne, and was that ball in or out? What's the call? We might need to go back to replay on that one, Gabe.
I think so. I really, I couldn't tell.
We are going to... Tom's explaining the dimensions of the court, so everybody's aware of that. And Darla with the outside, don't think she was trying to do anything clever there. It just was a miss hit. Nice, tough ball on the net. Yeah, that's tough. That's been the story of the game, though. Just a lot of unforced errors on Team Ball Breaker. Nice return. Oh, boy. Wow. So Yuli gets a lot of net love on that one. There's nothing really you can do about that. Good hit. Just popped over Suzanne's rack. Now you got me saying it. Paddle. Racket.
That's not what I heard.
Okay. And there's Yuli with a little poaching. And Tom with a good return and a beautiful drop shot. Oh! And what do we have there? It was out. So nice try. That was a good volley back and forth. So here we are. We're back to Yuli serving. Oh, beautiful serve. Pushes Suzanne back, right down the middle. Tough ball. Darla with a good center line smash. And Tom can't dig that one out. So, beautiful game. Game, match, point, set, tournament, team, top team. So, great finale. Two great teams.
Spectacular.
And the final point there was sort of a summary of what had happened that whole match, which was just great ball placement on the side of top team, the pickleball champions of Golden Paddle. So I'm going to head down to the court for some interviews. We'll see folks in a few.
I'm going to the buffet.
Hi, folks. We just completed the gold medal match down at the court. We have a big announcement to make.
For our 2022 Big Deal Challenge, Vegas edition, congratulations to our top team, the top team, Darla and Yuli.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All
Thanks
right.
for bringing us on this
Great
journey.
job. Great
Top
job.
team.